Hello and welcome back to NSUSpartans.com and the NSU Sports Network. Your final score tonight, Norfolk State knocks off Longwood 74-42. Coach, and I think really the big difference in this ball game was how we started. 29 points in the first quarter, a season high for us, and we really moved the ball well on offense and then shut down a very high-octane offense in Longwood as well.
Yeah, like you said, our start was good, but I thought our intensity was completely different in practice yesterday, and it led into our game today. I told him at halftime, I said, if we can find that intensity and that sense of urgency we have after losses every game, we could be a really good basketball team.
We pretty much won every category tonight, Coach, in the stat sheet. We shot a great percentage tonight, 43% for the ball game. That's after shooting 12 or 14 in the first quarter, where Alexis Long was pretty much unconscious. You have to like the fact that she found her stroke again tonight.
Yeah, well, we knew going into the game, I felt like Alexis could have a really big game. The way they play their zone, and we felt like if we could get the ball to some of our forwards to make that next pass, she could have a really big night. So she came out ready to play, and we got those huge numbers from her tonight.
We talked about it before the ball game, and this is a team that scored 80 points in two of their last three ball games here. So they like to push the pace. They had 72 in their last contest. We did a good job of shutting down their main scorers, including probably the best player on the floor, Dana Rouse. Only 1 of 3 tonight. She had 2 points, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, but only 2 rebounds. She's our best rebounder and the best scorer.
Well, you know, we've seen Dana the last 2 years as far as Dana Rouse goes. She had big nights on us, solid nights on us both times off the bench. So she did a really good job coming off the bench and giving them a spark. Now, as a starter, we knew we kind of had to find her early and not allow her to get those transition layups. She does a great job sprinting the floor, and I thought our forwards did a good job sprinting back and matching up early.
It didn't look like it tonight. You really didn't look at 74 points, but it was balanced scoring tonight. Had 4 players in double figures, 2 players with 8 tonight. And Kendrea Dawkins, she played well off the bench. It was 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 2 of 6 from downtown. Raven had a very efficient third quarter tonight. When she got things going, this is how you win ball games. This is how their team's going to win ball games, especially without LaDeja on the floor. You did a good job of making sure that everybody got involved.
Yeah, Lex carried us kind of offensively in the first, and then Raven, who didn't have very many points at halftime, might have had 2, I'm not sure. But then she came out and had a big, I think it was 11-point third period. So it's good to have, like, we talked about that. Like, people are going to carry us through different months and through different games. And so Lex had the first, our bigs kind of had the second, and then Raven carried us in the third. So we know we don't have really anybody on our team that's going to come out and shoot the ball 25 times every game. So we're a little bit harder to scout than a normal team, but as long as we move the basketball, you'll continue to see these kind of numbers.
20 assists to 20 turnovers. I know some of the turnovers were a little bit just whatever going on at the end of the ball game, but 20 assists is a big number as well.
Yeah, it's a huge number. It's a huge number for us. We know we can get to that 13 number. That's our goal every game. It gives us a much higher percentage to win. So anytime we see a 20 number, I know we scored the basketball well. And you know, we had 74, but like you said, we had 2 big quarters, 1 of 29 and 120, and we've had offensive drops throughout the year, so it was good that we didn't have one of that.
We had that nice little break for finals. And I'm sure that helped a little bit because we were able to get some stuff going for your team.
Yeah, I didn't feel like that at LaSalle on Sunday. I felt like those 15 days off, 14 days off, whatever it was a little much. But it was just the way that the schedule worked. But, you know, during those 2 weeks, we were able to get in the gym and work on a few things. I felt like the rust on Sunday really hurt us. But today, after a few more practices, we were able to come out here and get a good victory against a pretty good Longwood team.
High Point on Saturday.
Yes.
We played them last year just like we did this Longwood team. What should we expect from High Point on Saturday?
Well, High Point does a good job as far as more balanced scoring. They have a Player of the Year candidate in the Big South, and she plays the 3 for them, for the 4 for them. So we're going to have to really be locked in defensively, and if we can kind of have that same defensive intensity we had today, we can come out with a W.
Yep, 9 of 24 from deep. That's a good number.
Great number.
Yeah, 9 to 24. 28 of 64 from the floor, which is also a great number for you. Coach, you win the ball game today. 74-42. We're back in a couple days here as we host St. Augs and William & Mary to round out the regular season here for this year. So we're glad to see that the Spartans get it back going here tonight. Defensive effort was good on holding them to 42 points.
It was great.
And we put the ball in the basket tonight. 74 points tonight for the Spartans offensively. So for Coach Larry Vickers, I'm Ross Gordon. And everyone else here, we thank you for listening and watching NSU basketball right here on the NSU Sports Network.
Go Spartans.